you've had so much experience and picked up so many titles along the way. I know that Al Snow gave you some support kind of in your career and with your training. Can you talk me through
Yeah.
how that developed with Al?
So I got booked very early on. You know, again, not that I was the size and shape I am now, but wrestling 15 years ago, we didn't have as much. You know, it was very much quite young across the country. Everyone was quite young. You know, early sort of 20s and stuff like that. So I was deemed the big guy, so I got booked very early to be what's now Rev Pro, which was IPW at the time's heavyweight champion, and I wrestled Al, and I was way too inexperienced to be put in that position probably, and to wrestle someone like Al who used to going in the back and planning a match. I was like, right, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and I'll see you out there. And I was like, oh god. And so I had a pretty terrible match with Al Snow, first of all. So we got backstage, he read me the riot act for half an hour, and then he sat down and really went into detail for about 3 hours of things I need to be working on and stuff like that. So it was a bit of a trial by fire initially, but it was one of those ones where it was sink or swim. I got put in a position. I tried my best. I didn't do very well,
Yeah.
and I could have curled up in a ball and gone home and just wrestled small shows and been okay doing that. But I really wanted to be as good as I can, so I sat there, and then I worked out on subsequent times when he was over, and I put in place the things that he told me to do, and he could see the progression. So then he would just help me out when we were over and stuff like that. So it was just really was a jump in the deep end, sink or swim moment. I kind of sunk, but then I kind of used those lessons to hopefully sort of progress on and get better, basically.
Well, it says a lot about his character as a mentor and a veteran, because a lot of veterans could have had that first bad match with you and just chewed you out in the locker room, and that would have been the end of it. So the fact that he took the time to actually guide you in terms of, because you don't know what you don't know, do you? So that's the reality. You need teachers to wrestling is built on passing that knowledge on to the next generation. It's all about passing the torch, isn't it? And that's really important.
Absolutely, and I think that you're absolutely right. I've seen guys do it. I've seen with other people come in, and they come in, they collect their nice big paycheck, and it's just another date in the diary. It's just another however many pounds that they're getting paid and stuff like that. But I think the guys that most of the guys that have been there and done it at the highest level, they do want to try and give back because they know those sort of struggles. I feel that, and this is just generalising, I feel that the guys that are the indie stars that are travelling around, they're so worried about protecting their own spot that they perhaps don't want to, in some cases, share the knowledge. Whereas the guys that have been to that top level and then they're back working the indies, and yeah, they are collecting nice paychecks, but most of them are looking to give back because they don't feel that pressure or that worry that someone's going to come along and steal their spot. So I think it's not, and that's just a generalization. I'm not saying everyone's like that, but it's definitely something that I've seen.